you've always prided yourself on your ability to make great decisions. In fact, it's a key driver for how you got to where you are today. However, today, your company has grown to the point that you just can't be everywhere all the time. You can't see everything all the time. And in the past, while you used to spend hours making sure that you've dotted every I and crossed every T, now you've had to rely on other people, which is a good thing. But what it means is you're making gut decisions on incomplete data. And in the early days, you intricately understood every element of everything that was going on in your business. But now that internal magic 8-ball is on overload. And it's not because you aren't great at making decisions, it's because there are too many decisions for you to make. There's too little time for you to gather all of the information that you need to make the right decision day in and day out. You don't have it all at your fingertips like you used to. And as a result, a few of your recent decisions haven't turned out the way that you'd hoped. Here's the good news. You don't need to magically transform yourself into a better decision maker. You don't need to spend more time at work to make sure you've covered all of the data. You don't even need to learn to make faster, better decisions on incomplete information. What you need to do is you need to create a culture of team-based decision-making and empowerment. Paul is a great example of this, but what he could never have foreseen is that by moving beyond his magic 8-ball, he would soon be led to millions in extra profit fast. Paul had built an incredible multi-million-dollar business, but now he seemed to be paying the price. He was physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausted by the weight of the responsibility to keep the entire company moving forward. And the heaviest weight of all was this constant barrage of critical decisions that he was forced to make, and the speed at which he had to make them. It felt like everyone was always waiting on him to make the decision. And I helped him to see that this is a good thing. He wouldn't have experienced these problems if he hadn't been so successful. And the best part is that it wasn't his job to carry all of this weight anymore. That was the responsibility of a whole team of decision makers. So I helped him assemble and structure a brilliant leadership team. Within months, they'd made several decisions that Paul says he would never have thought of or decided by just trusting his gut alone. But these simple changes led to an extra $1 million on the bottom line. And not only that, but the team was able to find a more effective sales strategy that cut Paul's travel time from 100 business flights a year to 0. He made every one of his son's football games that year, and he got to spend the entire summer with his family on their farm. Today, his business is still thriving, and Paul, he's loving it more than ever. He knows that none of this would have happened if he still had to make every decision himself. Like Paul, you can find incredible freedom in team-based decision-making. And together with your team, you'll be able to grow the company faster than ever. Still, there's one more problem to overcome before you can unlock 100% of the growth potential in your company. You've got to eliminate employee apathy at every level within the company. Now, fortunately, as the founder, you have a totally unfair advantage over your bigger, more established competitors. In the next video, I'll show you what that advantage is and how you can use it to fire up every team member from the front line to your most senior leadership team member.